Well, there it went. I'm sorry I missed it while we were sitting here doing a couple of things, but I now have the next little bit of research ready to go for space. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Captain of Industry. I just got done researching crewed stations because we had to have a space station in order to be able to research a crewed station, which means I suppose at this point in time we can probably start putting people in rockets now if we could keep them fed. Right, guys? Yes. Okay. So I think I figured out what the heck is going on here with the way that this wants the electronics for and the crewed station. So now that we look at a couple of things, if we go back over to our list of, well, the line and the things and the stuff here, I'm assuming, again, that the Space Station 2 is going to require at least two things at this point in time. People and the electronics for. Now, people, I think, are going to be the hard part because, well, people are going to be the hard part. We haven't even touched this nasty mess of various things that are going on over here, and this is actually not the worst of it. The worst of it is coming when we have to start caring about these titanium alloys. I think we could probably get into electronics for at least in a very small trickle to be able to try to make a few things, because it's not a whole lot of stuff. It's just, you know, some electronics 3 and some lenses that we have to make through various things, plus diamonds. I believe diamonds are just, come on, guys. Well, I guess we can get out of here and look at it this way. Diamonds are just graphite and alumina, or salt. No, salt in a diamond reactor, and that'll make diamonds for us, which is interesting because I think we can actually trade diamonds as a contract, correct? Just before I get sidetracked here, I think we can do something with those. Yeah, that's a way of getting the imported goods. Huh. Okay. Well, I think there might be another one. I thought there was another one other than that. But yeah, you're going to be trading just a little bit of, you know, leftover graphite for the imported goods, which you can then give to your people to give them a little bit more, you know, a little bit more stability and a little bit more unity and a little bit of happiness. So I have been kind of messing around over here trying to figure out whether or not I could get a train station or a train line along the back side of this tree farm. I kind of screwed up. I shouldn't have let it have this corner. So we may have to get them cutting just in that corner to kind of clear it out so we can drive through this area, because it hits a mountain right about here, and then it's kind of hard for it to go, and it's kind of hard for it to go around that, and getting a train to drive through the trees is not very easy. I want to build the next copper mine, like I said, right here, and we'll have the train station built in about right there. I know I could probably run it up and over this hill and down and around the corner, but I'm trying to keep our trains from having to do a lot of climbing, because they do suck when they have to climb. They slow down quite a bit. So that'll be something I need to mess with in between episodes. We did catch up a little bit. I think I have a couple of them getting close to full. I've done a little bit of just messing around here, trying to get them to dig upwards towards the actual copper that's in that hill, so that they're not hauling as much rock, because I think that the bottom of it is right there pretty close, but we shall see how it goes. It's fine. We're kind of in a little quiet stall stage at this point where we're not really doing a whole heck of a lot, so I get to experiment and play with some stuff. There, that's 160 people to mess with, and now we get to figure out what we want to do in order to crew a station. So crewed stations are going to need, we're going to talk about this, I suppose, and get on with it. Crewed stations are going to need crew supplies, and I think we're making every single thing we need to do there as far as crew supplies are concerned. So I guess the question is where do you build it? Because we are hauling this stuff away, and we have the medical right here, and we have plastic wherever. Kind of thinking I might stick it right here somehow, because we already have plastic over here right there. Or I could put it in here somewhere and just truck the food back to it. I don't know. Because it's not a lot, is it? It's not a lot. It can't be a lot. How much is it as far as it goes? So if I were to send, oh, look at your stuff. If I'm to send, I don't know. Again, I have no idea at this point in time. It is before the next layer, so I guess we have to do this before we start getting the space science going. I just wish it would tell me what this requires here. I mean, once we get a space station 2, I'm assuming, once again, like I say, I have to probably give them X amount of that plus put some people in it before that it can upgrade. Probably. I don't know. Let me look here really quickly. How are we doing? You guys are Electronics 4 and Space Crew. I think I'm going to mess around and do the Space Crew first. We'll just get some of that food going someplace. Maybe we'll just bring it in right here and have them haul it. I still haven't bothered to, pipe or belt any of the inputs from here over to there. So let's just grab a single thing, and we'll just kind of, for the rest of the time here, experiment with some stuff. So I want to leave that lane open down. So this looks like as good a spot as any to put something down. So we want a crew food. So that's 8, 4, 4, and 16. Okay, that's not terrible at all. That'll actually work very nicely. I want a couple of the unit storages. Again, we are experimenting here. We don't know what we're doing. Love when I don't know what I'm doing. We can see if this works, and if need be, we can build it bigger and badder later on. So that'll go like so, and then you are this, that, and everything else. Just belt those together and build them. Yeah, sure. Cool. Go ahead and build that for us, fellas. And then we'll set you to, I suppose, let's see, you are going to be food packs, keep full. You are medicine, keep full. And you, I guess I probably could have grabbed the plastic from right here. Yeah, let's not do that, guys. Let's not build that. We can just grab the plastic from somewhere over there. I might be able to jump it right there. We take it this way. That's fine. And then I'm just gonna do, okay, what we'll do to right there, and then I will delete that belt and get it a flat lift there. Then I want to delete from there to there. Grab you, put you back. There you go. And then there you go. And we can unpause that. That means we don't have to at least do the thing. So we'll let them build that for a second. Alright, so this needs to... Nope, don't pause it. This needs to be told you are allowed to deliver. This needs to be told you are allowed to deliver. And do we have access to our medical? We don't. Do we have access? Well, we should have access to this. I did. Oh, and I put an export route on it. That was not great. Anyhow, where did we go to? You are to here. And that should build us a small amount of crew supplies once they deliver everything. And then we see what happens. All right. I guess I don't know. We see what that does. Where are we? We need to go down to the rockets. I keep getting lost here. So I want you to do... You're going to make sure that the thing doesn't fall out of the air. And you are going to feed people. And then again, like I said, I assume the step is going to be that we're going to have to feed those circuits up there to get it upgraded into the next bit, but I guess we'll see what happens after we do this. You can stay full of crew supplies. I don't need that many, but I mean, it's still fine. All right, so we'll kick you. You should be open, and then you can get turned to allow. And they should grab a bunch of stuff and haul it over there. I guess you do this and this. Okay, well, we have 4 people in a rocket, and we're going to have 40 food here in just a second. Auto launch not enabled, of course. We don't want to do that just yet, but yes. Is this a thing that happens now, or is it a thing that happens once we build the next step? Quit pushing the wrong button. We need to go over here. Okay, so I guess at this point we need to probably start looking at building those circuits then, huh? Beautiful. I would have loved to have known that prior to doing all of that work. Why don't you guys do me a favor? We'll, well, I mean, I guess it's in there. It's fine. And you guys, I'll tell you to go away and it won't matter, and we'll just leave the food in it for right now. I mean, again, I figured that's what you should need to do is this. Sure. Okay, well, that's not how that's going to work. Can I add the electronics to there? So you're going to need 40 electronics in order to be able to do anything, huh? Interesting. Okay. Sure. How about I do this? Will it launch now? No. Okay, again, experimentation.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Ah! Well, there was a waste of a rocket. Oops. Well, that was fun. Where are you having problems? Who got stuck? Well, I guess we get to rescue you. Unless you want to drive over here where they can get to you. You drive over there? No. Well, I guess you get rescued. Goodbye. That's sad. Whatever. It'll have to drive all the way back over there. I need to put another one of these out here somewhere. Someplace like right here, or somewhere out here so that they don't have to do that. Yes, I know. Now the thing's gonna have to drive all the way over there to fuel said vehicle. That's fine. Great. Anyhow, alright, so it looks like chicken farm, not enough water. Why? All of a sudden everything is breaking. What happened? Why you have no water? Huh. Okay, well, I don't know what the heck that all was. It seems to have settled and stopped doing whatever it was doing. I added a couple of more pipes over here and upgraded a few things so that we could get some more throughput, but for whatever reason, all of a sudden we ran out of water, and I don't quite understand why. That's fine. It's been working for, I don't know, 500 years at this point. So, again, I don't know. The game seems to do these little things once in a while where it just feels like doing something that, you know, just aggravates you for a little bit. Go ahead, turn that back on because we've got too much of that and too much of this and too much of the other things. We can burn that out and get rid of it. And we're still low on copper, but that's okay. We'll live. Okay, so it looks like, I'm guessing at this point, I need to start down a path of down and dirty electronics 3. How much of a pain in the, or excuse me, 4. So that's just going to be making lenses, which is diamond paste, which is diamonds. Diamonds are going to be a diamond reactor with graphite and salt makes 2 diamonds. What kind of a pain are you to produce? Why, those 2 are just sitting there. Alright, so that is going to take 2 graphite, 2 salt, and turn into 2 diamonds. And in order to make the electronics 4, we also need sapphire wafers. So I'm going to need a fair amount of the diamond thingies. Sapphire wafers are crystallizer with alumina, and then those are used to make the things and the stuff. Diamond paste is just diamonds mixed with some cooking oil or some heavy oil in a chemical plant. This doesn't look too hard. It's just, how much of this are we going to need going forward?
5, 3, 2, 1.
Which one is it? You. Okay, so that means it needed right now, you needed some maintenance to stay on. So you wait until you have 2 with 40. Okay, well that's cool. And then that'll blow up and be 42. Okay, so this won't fall out of the sky as long as we can keep sending things to it. Oh. 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 Now I feel stupid. So if I push that button, you want 120 space station 2. Oh. I'll get you. I understand now. So it's 120 for a space station 2. Go ahead and deliver those then. And then you all can... Okay, well that makes sense. So then this needs to be crew supplies and people. I guess I need to learn to read and click buttons, right? Sorry for my absolute inability to read or see things. So we're gonna wait on. I really need to get this hydrogen. Can I get a tank over here, please? Well, if I do a tank, then I'm gonna have to vent whatever's excess. Shoot. This is why I don't like this. I suppose we could just bring a tank over here and have it work. I'm just going to be patient. I'll let that fill up. We're going to have to dump a couple of more. Sadly, that means I could probably put something over here like this and get this one to help a little bit, but that's fine for now. Let's click on this. That means we need 120 more space parts to get this sorted, and I'm assuming that's space. Okay, it's basic. All right. Well, I'm gonna upgrade this and see what we get out of it. It's going to require 2 people. Bonuses provided will be 0.2 to the unity and 15% to the global science. Is that on top of what we already get? I guess we see in a minute.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so there it goes again. That should take a bunch of crew parts. That should add that to that, correct? All right, cool. Well, we'll let them do that for a little bit, and I will be back when that, I guess, is ready to go. So, we're waiting on them to build another one of these. It's actually already built. It's just going to have to go get it. Come on, people. I told you to fill that tank.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Here goes another 40. And it's almost full for the last one. Come on, let's go.
5, 3,
You'll take off. Deliver that to the station. What do we get? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So now we need crew supplies and crew. Does not stop maintenance consumption. Interesting. Okay, so then they're going to launch this as soon as I tell it to.
5, 3, 2, 1.
And then I suppose we want to maybe stop this one? I don't know. I guess I'll leave it alone and we'll see what it does. Other map. This map. So did you not send crews? How about we don't do that this time? And we're waiting on a rocket now. That's fine. All right, we have minutes. We'll be okay. Well, as soon as you fill up full of fuel, we can send you and see what happens. And then, yeah, we'll have the other one just do the cycle. I may have to, I don't know, babysit this and see what happens. Maybe the crew doesn't need to leave.
3, 2, 1, lift off.
Okay, we're going to send some people to the space station now and see what happens. Two people. Next crew rotation in 24 months. Okay. So does that mean I need 3 rockets? One specifically for crew, one specifically for their supplies, and one specifically... Maybe we need to put them first and then the food? Or it's the other way around? I don't know. We'll have to pay attention and see. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot changed, but a whole lot changed. We're now getting a cool 15% global research efficiency bonus. We're getting a 0.2 unity provided, and it's only costing us some food and a couple of people to do it. That's really kind of neat. Station requires a crew to provide its bonuses. Crew, well, I missed it. Crew members and needed supplies, which must be delivered regularly by rockets. New crew members must be sent periodically while existing crew return to Earth to limit their radiation exposure. If supplies run out or crew members stay too long, they will leave the station using the return modules they arrived in. Okay, I wonder if that's something you get to see. I mean, I guess it didn't really matter either way, but cool. So we now have a Space Station 2. Space Station 2 was a prerequisite to be able to continue to do this, which means we can now do the research for this and start doing space station research, which means now I need to figure out where to get 10 more people so I can at least turn on 2 more of these of our things here. So grab 10 people if there's 10 available. Cool. Go ahead and do that. And you should be good to go. I am going to complete that science, I suppose, in between episodes. And then we will return to try to figure out what in the heck we need to do in order to continue on with this. If that will produce as it sits, like if we get this working and everything goes, then this will give us a trickle of research parts, or at least the space station research. That's pretty stinking cool. So I'll go ahead and get this researched, and I will see you all in the next one. And hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun doing it. I mean, I don't know what else we're going to be able to do at this point, but we're going to keep messing around with the new stuff. So give me 2 of those. And yeah, get to researching. I will see you guys in a little bit. Well, I should say, I'll see you guys later, I suppose. Bye. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want you to do this now.